Hello there, this is Katie.
And this is Leanne.
And we really love absinthe.
We do.
Absolutely, we do. This week we are talking about Morveren Absinthe from Cornwall. It's 66% ABV.
This is probably our first artisanal absinthe that we're trying. It is from Cornwall in the UK, using locally sourced Cornish ingredients. It's made in small batches. You can only get it in 35 centilitre bottles. It's £50, so it's quite an expensive absinthe. It's based on the Morveren Absinthe mermaid myth. So they've kind of taken a local folktale and kind of made a drink that kind of is inspired by that, which is really interesting and cool. It includes Cornish seaweed and wormwood that's grown on the cliffs near Zennor in Cornwall. Quite excited to try it, and we've tried it a lot. It's amazing.
We're using the Wormwood Society scoring system, which is our kind of standard now. So we're going to grade it on appearance, on louche, on aroma, on flavour and mouthfeel, on finish, and then on our overall impression. First off then is appearance.
Yeah.
Okay, appearance-wise, it's clear. There's no bits in it, so it's not got sediment in it. It has a lovely green colour, but not excessively green. So it has a vibrancy though, which is hard to explain. It's as the light passes through, it kind of glows a bit, which is really interesting in a completely natural way. I think it does look jewel-like, so I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay. This is our second bottle of this, and actually it looks a little different out of the bottle, so that's kind of interesting because it is made in small batches. This is the first drink that we will have had out of this bottle. It does look slightly more amber in colour than the first bottle that we had, so it'll be really interesting to see how things change. It is exceptional, and I'm going to call it top notch, and got it all the hearts. It's going to get a 5 from me.
Yeah, it's going to be a 5. Okay, so next score is the louche. The louche formed very quickly. It does with this absinthe incredibly quickly. Visually it looks milky, so that's interesting. It's a very dense louche, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's a lot kind of more opaque than some of the others that we've tried.
Using the louche scoring that the Wormwood Society suggests, the louche needs to have like a dimension to it. It should be opalescent but not opaque, and this is definitely opaque. It's one-dimensional in that there isn't really that much variation of the colour. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
It tends to have a slightly bluer tinge than some of the others, which tend to have a greener, more amber tinge. It does louche and it louches beautifully, but it is, I think, slightly too opaque, so I think I'll probably give it a 3.5 as well.
Okay, 3.5 it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next category is aroma. So that again is when you open the bottle, as the louche is forming, and then afterwards. So let's give it a sniff. Good.
Really good.
As we mentioned, this is probably our first artisanal absinthe that we're going to be rating, and you definitely get a lot of mint, which is very different to some of the others, the way that it's more kind of traditional. When you open the bottle, it was quite minty, whilst you can still get the wormwood, anise, fennel. It has got that really crisp mint, very distinctive. I think I could pick this out of a lineup if it had committed a crime, definitely. I think it's really complex and I love it. It's amazing, so I'm going to give it a 5.
It is definitely distinctive, and that mint aroma it's quite powerful. When I opened the bottle, I got a bit of a waft, but particularly as it was louching, I got a really strong waft, and I love that. That's always a sign of something exciting for me.
Okay.
A little bit toothpastey, if I can say that. Not in an awful way. Not in an awful way. I don't dislike toothpaste, but I gotta clean my teeth sometime. But I don't think it's balanced. So with that in mind, I don't think I can give it a 5. So I would give it a 4.
Okay. Rude. So the next one is the exciting bit. Is where we get to taste it, see what comes through, the mouthfeel, all the fun, exciting stuff. So let's go.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Clink.
Oh, there's that flavour.
Oh, so good.
It is incredible. And it's different. It's distinctive, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It does taste quite similar to the first batch. The taste is very much there. It does have the big three, very much the anise, wormwood, fennel, but yeah, it does have that mint, which makes it really crisp, really does coat your mouth. You get that tingle, menthol, rather than any prickly way.
Mm.
Oh, it's beautiful. I could go on about it forever, but I won't. So 5, thanks very much.
Yeah, okay. I really enjoy it. It's definitely different in flavour. Thing that I find interesting, although not entirely appealing, is there's like a mouthfeel of icing sugar mixed with water. It has that feel to it. And whilst I like that, it's not what I expect from an absinthe. I do enjoy the kind of difference in it and the flavour.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 5. No, sorry, I'm going to give it a 4. Apologies. I'm going to give it a 4. Don't know what I was saying there.
So close.
Next up is finish. So how the experience of the drink is after you've swallowed it. It's really interesting. You go on quite a journey with this, or I certainly do. It finishes with mint, but it continues into more anise, and it gradually fades away. There is a slight numbing of the mouth, but not unpleasantly so. It doesn't feel wrong. No, it feels really nice. It does end up a bit pastis-like, but not completely. So it's still different. But it's reminiscent of pastis, but it's absolutely wonderful. I give it a 5.
It's really good. It has a really long finish, definitely I think the longest of some of the absinthes that I've tried. It's got a lot going on. I think it is absolutely amazing. It's probably my favourite absinthe, if I'm honest, so I can't give it any less than a 5.
Yeah. I just remembered to add, sorry, eucalyptus. There is eucalyptus in there, in
Oh.
the finish, not in the flavour when you sip it, but afterwards. Okay, the final rating is for overall impression. How do we feel about this as an absinthe? Do we even think it is an absinthe? My feelings, yes, of course, it's an absinthe. It's got the flavours of the Holy Trinity, the wormwood, anise, and fennel. But there's other flavours there too. Yeah, it's exciting. You know, it's made to an artisanal kind of new recipe. It's enticing. So yeah, 4 for me.
We're going to go into it more in the YouTube extension, how they've tied it into a local folktale. They've used local ingredients, but are still traditional absinthe ingredients. I think that's really cool, and I love that, and I love how it tastes. I love how it looks. The bottle's gorgeous. It can do no wrong. It's 5.
5 for you.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So there we are. Let's add up the scores, and we'll be back in a moment to let you know what the results are.
Okay. The scores are in. Leanne gave it 83 out of 100, so very, very acceptable.
Okay, Katie scored it a whopping 95 out of 100.
She did.
She did.
She did.
Yeah, you really love this, don't you?
Yeah, it's my favourite absinthe. I just love everything about it. I get what you're saying that it's maybe not traditional, but I don't even care because I just love it.
If we average those two out, then it's about a 90 out of 100 between us.
And that is very respectable.
It's really good.
Give it a bash if you like absinthe and want to try something a little bit different.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah, cheers. See you for the next one.
Okay, have a good one. Bye.
Cheers.
We've done our rating, we've scored it, we've said what we think. We're just going to have a bit of a chat, just kind of drink the rest of our drinks, have a think and a thunk, and see what comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shall we talk about the myth that's behind the absinthe? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
So it's named Morveren Absinthe, and Morveren is purported to be the just the tasting glass bubbling away. Is purported to be the name of a mermaid who visits the town of Zenor, or the village church of Zenor, in the far west of Cornwall. I think it's called the Penwith area, but it's that bit down round Land's End and Pendine and all those places. Absolutely beautiful place. Have you ever been?
Not that far down. No, I haven't, but I think I can definitely think of a reason to venture down that far south.
It's stunning down there, and it reminds me of Southwest Ireland, actually, around Kerry and Cork. It has a similar feel. Absolutely beautiful there. So the myth is then in that area that a mysterious woman appears in a church and watches the choir practicing a few hundred years ago. Don't know exactly when. And where she sat on the pew is a carving of a mermaid, and that's actually there. And the feelings were that she was herself a mermaid who came out of the sea to visit the village, and watch people in the church practicing their singing or part of the service and so on. And she became the myth of the mermaid of Zennor, and her name is Morveren. And this is what the absinthe is based upon, as an influence,
Yeah, I
and a
just
design influence as much as anything else.
yeah. I mean, I love that. I love, one of the things that sets absinthe apart from a lot of drinks is that it has its own myth and history and all this kind of stuff that is around it, with artists that used to drink it, and the myth that it would kind of make you go mad and hallucinate and all these other things, and this kind of extra stuff that comes with absinthe. So for a company to take a local folk tale and kind of incorporate that into their version of absinthe makes it just really special. I really love that, as somebody that really loves kind of folk tales and kind of short gothic stories and things like that. The idea behind it, I think, is just really great, and it shows so much thought. I mean, you only just have to look at the bottle to see how much thought and care has gone into every step of creating this drink, and I really think that you can taste it because it is a banger.
You can, yeah. It's the design is absolutely stunning. Design's more your thing than mine, isn't it? But understanding the complexity of it. But it's stunning. There's pictures of the mermaid, and there's pictures of jellyfish, and there's almost Art Deco-y or slightly Art Nouveau influenced stuff on there.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. It's amazing.
Yeah, so it comes in this really cool cardboard tube. On the back, I mean, the color scheme, again, it's all different shades of green, which obviously is the colour of our drink. And you can see there that it's got the mermaid on, in this beautiful gold font. It kind of tells you about it, that where you will find the mermaid. On the top, it's got this really beautiful kind of Art Nouveau jellyfish design. See, the font is kind of quite almost like Victorian. It's quite Victorian font with, again, kind of Art Nouveau gold styling. And then when you take it off,
Lovely action.
thanks. I practiced it and did it myself. It has this really cool Art Deco design. So it's really kind of incorporating lots of different influences and kind of making something new, which is exactly what they've done. Yeah, on the bottle you can see this beautiful kind of gold and kind of duck egg blue Art Deco pattern that they've got, that also matches on the bottle. So you've got this beautiful black wax that drips down, and on the seal it's the same pattern but it's upside down. So again, it's just little details that they've just clearly thought about, and you can just tell that someone's put a really, just a lot of care and love into everything about it. And yeah, I just love it. And it's really interesting because this is our second bottle, so this is an opportunity to see maybe if it does differ from the first bottle, because it is made in small batches with local ingredients, so that will all change depending on time of year and when they picked it and all that kind of stuff. It will really make a difference. I mean, is there anything that you can kind of notice in taste or flavour or anything that's different from the first bottle? Or
I think the only difference is the colour. It's definitely a lighter colour. It doesn't
yeah,
have
definitely.
the richness of colour that I had before. Flavour wise, it's the same. It's definitely the same. It's made by Pocketful of Stones, sorry, distillery, who I think make gins as well.
Oh, cool.
They've got a really cool short video on YouTube, on their YouTube channel, about the influences and thoughts around design and who designed the bottle. They talk about the ingredients in it. It uses Cornish seaweed. I don't. We mentioned that
Yeah,
earlier.
we
I
did.
think that's
So
used to make it green. So in that final stage, the maceration at the end, that adds the greenness to it.
yeah, and they use wormwood. We did mention it, when kind of talking when we were doing our rating, that they use wormwood that's grown on the cliffs of Cornwall. So that, I mean, what a different thing when you think of, in the French Swiss kind of alpine border, to take that and on the cliffs of Cornwall. That it's gonna be different because it's got to be like rugged and hardy and getting
Salty,
yeah
sea salt.
salty
Yeah,
and
that Atlantic coast is beaten constantly by the
yeah.
sea. Yeah.
So just that in itself, it's going to give it a whole different. I don't know, just kind of everything really. Just completely taking the same thing, making it with the same ingredients, but from a different environment. And I really do love what they've done with it. And maybe we can link the video to
Yeah.
in
Put it
in the notes.
Below.
To what they say. I mean, they'll probably have something completely different to what we say and it'll make us look like idiots. But you know what? I don't even care because it's how we interpret it. And I just think what they've done is something really, really special.
I agree. Well, I mean, Devil's Botany as well have made a wonderful absinthe. This is very different to that, but it's definitely still an absinthe.
Yeah.
There's a few other British absinthes which we will try, which fall very low below the mark, the acceptability mark. This is way up there. I mean, you saw us score 90 or higher probably, so 95, 83, but yeah.
And I guess that's a really beautiful thing about absinthe is I guess you could probably say maybe an equivalence with gin and stuff, but I don't think to the length that you can do this where there is a traditional recipe and there's a bit of a story around it and you can take that and make it your own in the way that these guys have, in the way that the people in London with the Devil's Botany have done theirs. And when we review that, there's so you've got this Cornish one, this kind of rugged seaside folk tale, and then the one that's from central London is more kind of urban and industrial and based on
a 1700s medicinal kind of recipe from Culpeper.
Yeah, which is like 100 years before absinthe was invented. So we're only a little country. For one drink, for two people to take the same thing and do their own creative interpretation, you can be so creative and put your own mark and your distinct take on something and still come up with a really amazing drink, but just do it so different. I love that. I think that's one of the things that I love so much about absinthe is when it's done right and somebody does take that time and care to put their own little spin on it. I think it's ace. I really love it.
Absolutely ace. Well, I guess
Okay.
that's it for Morveren Absinthe. It's absolutely wonderful. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, and well done, Cornwall. Good job.
Yeah, fantastic. We'll be back soon with more absinthe reviews.
We will. Take it easy. See ya.
Cheers.
Bye.